So Uber introduces more notifications and translation options for text messaging between the rider and the driver. And I don't think that's a bad thing, right? There's definitely a lot of room for improvement in the way we converse, in the way we communicate with the rider. So these two features, I think they'll go a long way. Uber has announced two new features that are meant to improve communication between riders and drivers and make pickups less stressful. We know what it's like. It's a busy Saturday night, tons of people, bam, text messages are coming in. Where are you? Where are you? It would be good to, sort of break the ice and make that transition a little bit smoother before you actually get the rider in the car by going back and forth with more effective text messaging. If this sounds familiar, it's because Uber is constantly tweaking its app. We know that constantly, and rolling out new devices in its crusade to perfect those pesky pickups. The first change is a series of notifications meant to give riders greater insight into the progress of the driver. These notifications include how many minutes remain before a driver arrives, where you should meet a driver, which direction to walk, and helpful instructions on navigating big, chaotic areas, like an airport, arena, or event venue. We've all been in those situations, right? So I'm curious to see, actually to speak to the rider and see, if they could show me on their end, on the rider app end, what those changes look like, right? But they say here the next change is a transition feature for communications with your driver. Uber is a global business and has said it wants to provide a more seamless way of getting in touch with your driver. So, I picked up French clients the other day. Okay, English was so-so. We sort of communicated with hand gestures, etc. But here we can see a translation tool, right, where we're talking, let's say, Spanish to English, right? And you can immediately translate that. So let's say people are coming from Argentina, from Barcelona, from Madrid, from Mexico City, bam, and you have that translation option. I like that. That's a pretty cool, slick feature that will work, right? Warning the rider how many minutes the driver is away. I don't think that's much of an improvement. It's always been there. I mean, people could truly see and follow with their eyes the little car rolling in 2 minutes away, 1 minute away, and sometimes you sort of, oh, he must be coming up the street right now. I step forward. Oh, there I see it, black Toyota. That's it, right? So I don't know how much more improvement you want to do on that one, unless you want to like have big prompts that show up on the screen 3 minutes away, 2 minutes away, 1 minute away, 500 feet away. Yeah, it could work. But yeah, anything that makes communication between the driver and the rider easier, better to understand, it brings more clarity, will result in a more professional trip, I would say. They said previously, an in-app text message sent from a driver to a rider would appear in the driver's preferred language. For example, if a driver prefers Spanish, a text message to a rider would be displayed in Spanish, regardless if that is the rider's preferred language, right? So now you truly have that ability to translate if you want to translate. Now, when you text your driver in the app, there will be an option to translate the message into your driver's preferred language and vice versa. I could see that working. I could see that being a big improvement, especially, big airports. Again, with airports right now, as this video is made, we have to be super, super careful. I see a lot of people with their masks. I personally, I'm not picking up from airports. So I will definitely not be communicating and using this tool with any international visitors because I've just drawn a line in the sand and said, no more airport pickups. This coronavirus is a serious thing. But if that's where you make your money, I know specific drivers just concentrating all day long in and out of the airport, then this tool right here could help you tremendously. Any feedback that you may have experienced from the rider, if you've actually seen this feature in action, send us your feedback. Thank you and have a wonderful day.